Alright, here we go. Time to say goodbye. Hi, Larry. Okay, so where was I last time? Have I? Yeah, okay. Yes, okay. So I was, I had gotten missile, and then I think I got the metal detector, right? Yeah, I did. Okay, then I'm good. Hey, Nick. This is the boat shop that Lana was talking about. You're right. Doesn't seem to be anyone around at all. Well, let's go check it out anyway. Now, do I... No, okay, so I'm just gonna examine things. There's more forest off that way. I doubt I'd find any helpful clues in there. Are we not gonna use the metal detector? Apparently the police took away the actual boat that was used that night. Well, that would make sense. Indeed, there's space for one more boat at the dock. Do I need... I guess I need to go inside first? Ah! Nick, you handle this. Polly! Oh, we get the wet noodle. That's so cool. Based on the available evidence, I'd say it's the name of the pasta shop. I think this guy might be one of my favorite suspects. That noodle will live on when I'm gone. Hooray! How long do we have to give up this all in the family tree? I think we show our badge. When in doubt, show the badge. Boy, you sure knew what that was right away, sir. Good. Promise to run the noodle? We can't promise that. Yeah, we'll run the noodle. Huh, I thought that would bring up another talk option. Maybe this? Yep, I've seen this. You know something about this sort? Keith. Call me Dad. Alright, now we're getting somewhere. Oh, I love this investigation music. Oh, you'll remember by court time tomorrow. Good for you, sir. Later. Holly! Aww. Maya has found a new friend. Maya, no! Uh-oh. Don't forget DL6! Oh. One more time, Polly. Don't forget DL6! It sure is getting weird. Who indeed? Interesting. I certainly think you do, Phoenix. How come the thing hasn't gone off yet? Oh, maybe I need to do... Alright, I'm gonna go back to the police station. Hey, it's December 26th here too! Hey pal, long time no see. Hey there, Gumshoe, it's been a week. Everything's wrong. Doesn't. He's a bit of an odd bird. I haven't been able to get a straight answer out of him. I decided first that he wasn't persuasive enough to stand and testify as a witness. Probably not a bad call. That's why we called Ms. Lotta Hart yesterday. As for who he is, we have absolutely no idea. Sounds suspicious. But the DL6 incident. That was when Edward's father died. I can't help but think that it has something to do with this current case. To tell the truth, I don't know much about DL6 either. Mr. Edgeworth forbade us from reading the file. So I'm afraid I can't show them to you either, pal. What? Edgeworth, do you just enjoy shooting yourself in the foot? However, if you can convince me somehow that the DL6 incident is related to this case, well, I guess I'd consider opening the file up. What's that, a parrot? Oh man, the boat shop's rental shop's parrot. The parrot knew about that incident. It's DL6. I'm pretty sure that old man must have taught her that word. How would that old man know about the DL6 incident? Ugh, can't talk. It seems very likely. We sure do. Through there is the station's records room. I'll give you special permission to go in and find what you need. All right, way to go, Detective Gumshoe. It's time to face Edgeworth's past. 15 years ago, both me and Edgeworth were 9 years old. We were almost through with 4th grade when he suddenly transferred. Because of DL6? Nick, I found out where the file is. Oh, thanks. Just let me know what you want to know about the DL6 incident. I'll go get the right file. Okay, let's start with the case summary. Well, first I have to get a handle on the main facts, like a summary. Right. Summary. Found it! Here you go. December 28th, 2001. That's exactly 15 years ago from the day after tomorrow. So in 2 days, the case is closed. The incident took place in the elevator of the district courthouse. Looks like it. There was a large earthquake at 2 p.m. on that day. Part of the court building collapsed and all of the lights went out. Wow, that was some earthquake. At the time, 3 people were trapped in the elevator. It took 5 hours for them to be rescued. 5 hours? That'd be scary like that in the dark. No. There was a lack of oxygen in the elevator and the survivors were unconscious. The survivors? One of the 3 in the elevator had been shot in the heart. That was Mr. Edgeworth's father, wasn't it? He said that his father was shot before his very eyes, so Miles Edgeworth was one of the other passengers in the elevator. You have data on the victim, Edgeworth's father? Yeah, hold on. Victim, here, found it. Gregory Edgeworth, 35, defense attorney. If he were still alive, he'd be 50. Oh, no. He wasn't a year older than me when he died. Oh, no. I'm not that. Well, actually, I'm not that old, but I forget. We're dealing with anime years here. The 30s are ancient in anime world. He had lost that day's case in court and got in the elevator with his son Miles. Hi, Seashore! Aw, thank you! I will get Miles off his charges. He is innocent. We're just going over the DL6 incident, a truly delightful time in Ace Attorney history. Miles Edgeworth, of course, so he was in the elevator with his father. Yeah, we just talked about that. From the angle of the bullet and other evidence, it could not have been a suicide. The murder weapon, a pistol, was found in the elevator. The pistol had been fired 2 times. Where have I heard that before? In this case. Huh, it sounds just like this current case. What's going on here? Got any data on the suspect in there? That would be the guy that my mom got arrested. Hold on, this is it. The man arrested as a suspect in DL6 was Yanni Yogi. He was a clerk in the court, apparently. So he must have been the 3rd person in the elevator. Well, then he had to have done it. But he was found innocent. thanks to his defense lawyer, Robert Hammond. Hammond, the victim in our case. Right. The suspect, Mr. Yogi, was oxygen deprived, so much so he had brain damage. He lost all memory of being in the elevator. After he was declared innocent, he disappeared. Where could Yogi have gone to, I wonder? Yeah, I wonder. He may be closer than we think. I do like that Phoenix immediately picks up on the connection here. There are moments, I feel like there are moments in Ace Attorney, like, where it's should be obvious to them at this point what the twist is. But I do like how, you know, he's dealing with a guy that nobody knows his identity. And reading up in the case files about the one other person connected to this case who nobody knows what happened to them is like, oh, okay, so they're the same person. There are other times where it, like, in the series where it takes them longer to get to that point where it's like, gee, I wonder who this person is, or I wonder what could be the solution here. It's like, buddy, you were just talking about that. I still don't know what sort of impact the whole thing had on Edgeworth. I mean, he left some clues, Phoenix. Nick, are we going to take the whole file? There's too much. We'll never get it out. You're right. How about we just take what we think we'll need? Well, it's very convenient. Thank you. Right. It's probably all we'll be able to find here. Now, all that's left is the trial tomorrow. I wonder how Dad will do testifying in court. Wait, we didn't use the metal detector. We didn't use the metal detector. We didn't get the picture from Lada. No, wait, yeah, we did. We did. Never mind. We did do all that. Yeah. I'm just gonna do a separate save file, actually. I have my reasons. Yeah. No, we're just gonna keep going. Alright, hello there, Manfred. Apparently the prosecution is also ready. Who is the judge here anyway? Not so fast, Judge. I was taking a meaningful pause before speaking. Oh, well, please excuse me, sir. A prediction. Oh, I love this part. Today's trial will end 3 minutes from now. Mr. Von Karma, what is the meaning of your statement just now? Must you question everything? It will be over in 3 minutes. We have no more time to waste. I'll call my witness now. Alright, I call my witness, my decisive witness to the stand. It's that mysterious bow shop owner. Witness, state your profession. I am the proprietor of the restaurant The Wet Noodle at Gourd Lake. I also rent boats. I love how Overcommer's just like, no, we're not doing this. We're not doing the fake amnesia, sir. You will answer my questions. Wait a second, we still haven't heard who this old guy is.
Objection!
Wait a minute, the witness hasn't stated his name yet. Because I did not ask him, Mr. Wright. Bah! Humbug. I have predicted this trial will end in 3 minutes. Stop asking trivial questions and cooperate. That's not trivial, buddy. The witness will state his name. Yay, Judge, siding with us. For once. Well, I'm not really sure, yep. What do you mean? My memory? Your Honor, the witness does not remember anything beyond the last several years. Ergo, he cannot recall his own name. He can't recall, you say? Yes, but the incident in question took place 3 days ago. He can testify. Very well. Let's hear his testimony then, shall we? Witness? Oh boy, here we go. The night of the murder. It was the night of the 24th, just after midnight. It was not almost Christmas. I was in the restaurant where I rent boats as usual. Then I heard a bang. Yep. When I looked out the window, I saw a boat just floating on the lake. Then I heard another bang. Just about then, the boat comes back to shore and a man walks by my window.
Objection!
There's nothing to question about witness's testimony, ergo no need for cross-examination. Besides, there are only 10 seconds left before our 3 minutes are up. Judge, your verdict now. Yes, Mr. Wright. Here, we're gonna cross-examine. What are you saying? Of course I'll cross-examine the witness. Very well, you may begin. Excuse me, Mr. Von Karma. 3 minutes just passed. I see. Well, then let's just take our time. We cross-examine the witness. Sorry, Von Karma. I'm patting you on the head. It's the night of the 24th, just after midnight.
Hold it!
Sure. We can't do that with the parrot unless we want to cross-examine the parrot, but that would just be silly. Oh wow, he conceded. And I heard a bang. Where did the bang seem to come from? From the lake, I figure. Are you certain? Hey, even he's grilling the guy. Good. Oh, well, never mind. When I looked out the window, I saw a boat just floating on the lake. Oops. Is someone in the boat? It was pretty far out there. I couldn't see clearly. But I figured there were 2 men there. Out there, yep. But you couldn't see them clearly. Yep. At the time, that is. At the time. Then I heard another bang. So you heard 2 gunshots total. Yep. That's what Lotta said in her testimony yesterday. Just about then, the boat comes back ashore and a man walks by my window. By your window? Yep, by my window, right outside the window of my little shack. And could you see the man's face? Well, the fog was pretty darn thick, but he was right there in front of me. I saw him. This is a rather important detail. Please add it to your testimony. Oh boy. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Oh, don't you tisk, tisk, tisk me, sir. I have a bad feeling about this. Keep calm. We're gonna be okay. That man was the defendant. He was saying, I can't believe he's dead. Are you sure? Uh-oh. Dad! Dead certain, Keith. He said, I can't believe he's dead as he was walking by, too. Witness, are you sure the person you saw was Miles Edgeworth? It was him, that Edgeworth boy. Oh, good gracious. This sounds like decisive evidence indeed. I see no room for doubt. There's plenty of room for doubt. This guy's not a reliable witness. There's nobody to verify that he was there. Better expect this trial is going to be over.
Objection!
Your Honor, we proved in yesterday's trial that it could not have been Edgeworth who fired that gun. Mr. Wright, are you referring to the fingerprints from Edgeworth's right hand found on the gun, and the photograph showing a man firing with his left hand? Exactly! Oh, don't you point your finger at me, sir. That is easily explainable. He could have wiped his prints after he fired. You are ignoring the truth of the matter here. Everything in this witness's testimony is true. No, it's not. The judge is lost in thought. What should I do? Raise an objection.
Objection!
Your Honor, this witness claims that Edward said I can't believe he's dead, but his word is all we have, exactly. If he were telling a lie... Mr. Wright, in a court of law, the evidence tells all. Apparently, you have yet to realize even this basic fact. If you say his testimony is a lie, show us proof. Yeah, we don't have that. Nick, do we have evidence? It's no good. There's nothing I can do. Are you sure? To be honest, I don't know what to do anymore. Please? Oh. Yeah, come on, Mia. We need your help. Nick needs you. Tisk, tisk, tisk. 3 minutes was perhaps too high an expectation. However, 15 minutes isn't bad. This must be a new record. Oh, man. Enough. The witness may leave the stand. No. Of course he's... No. Nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts. I love how he does the same speech he always does if you, like, lose all your health. This court finds his defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. No! He is accused will surrender to the court immediately to be held pending trial at a higher court within a month from today's date. No! That is all. This court is adjourned. No! Who could it be? Just now. Me! Huh? What? Larry! Yay, Larry! What are you doing here? Listen, you gotta listen to me. I was there in the park the night of the murder. I wasn't sure about it until just yesterday, but today I remembered it. Oh, you're being even less reliable than the amnesia dude. Remembered what? The gunshot. I heard it too. In order. What is the meaning of this? The verdict has been decided. I call for adjournment. One moment, Mr. Von Karma. Oh, yes. So you say you heard a gunshot. Yeah, I did. A gunshot that night. I was sitting here in the audience listening to the testimony, and then I realized something he said was different from what I remember. Anyhow, you can't just sit here and let you call Edgy a murderer. It's just not right. I'll testify. Let me testify. Order, order. Well, this is the first time something has happened like this in my court. I'm not quite sure how to proceed. Judge, you've already given your decision. The trial is over. Nick! This is it. Larry's giving us one final chance at this. He's right. If only it wasn't Larry. I have such mixed feelings about Larry as a character. I love him so much more in the anime. I love him here in this case because it doesn't get any worse, yeah. Most of the time I can't stand him in the games. But he's great in the anime. And he's great here. A waste of time. The verdict cannot be overturned. Allow me to speak my opinion. In all court proceedings, it is our duty to prevent an inaccurate verdict. That's true. In order to make sure no mistake has been made, every witness should be heard. What is this? I withdraw my previous verdict of guilty. Mr. Von Karma, I order you to call this new witness to testify. Now. What? Ugh. The court will adjourn for a 5-minute recess. After that, we will hear this new witness. Court is adjourned. Yay! Yay, Larry! That was too close. Sorry to keep you in the edge of your seat like that, Edgeworth. I've seen worse. No, you haven't. I wonder what Larry plans to say in there. Larry wasn't late that night. Yep. Boy, like, I knew I was like getting tired at the end of last week. Like I was like really getting sleepy at the end of last week's stream, but I was way more tired than I realized because I do not remember doing that part with the Steel Samurai balloon and telling Lada about it and getting that picture. I was really out of it. Yeah, a lot of things seem out of it. Oh, he's out of it too. Well, he has more reason to be out of it. Poor Edgeworth. It's nothing. Mr. Edgeworth, there's something I need to ask you. What's that? Why are your fingerprints on the murder weapon? Oh. When I fell into the lake, I went into a daze. I couldn't understand what had happened. I couldn't think straight. Then I saw the pistol lying on the floor of the boat in front of me. I picked it up without thinking. That was not a smart move, Edgeworth. I didn't have a reason, really. Like, it wasn't smart, but it also feels kind of real. It feels realistic to me that, like, someone would just do something incredibly stupid that would incriminate them. Because they're just that, like, human error is a thing. And he would be very shocked. Von Karma has only ever run perfect trials. Perfect trials? Perfectly prepared witnesses, perfectly complete evidence. That's the secret to his success. This is the first time he's ever had to deal with something unexpected. He has to let someone he hasn't even talked to testify before the court. And that someone is Larry. Yeah, even if he had prepped Larry, Larry would still screw it up, which is the most beautiful part. What are you getting at? It's likely his testimony will be full of holes, right? That's right, Nick. No 10-minute trial this time. We'll milk this one for all it's worth. Hey, it was 15 minutes. 15! Alright, let's go. Court is now back in session. Witness, please testify to the court about everything that you saw on the night of December 24th. Alright, leave it to me, oh boy. I need to admit we are our last chance. Well, Harmer didn't even have time to prep his witness. I just hope Edgeworth is right about this being our big break. That night, I was out in a boat on the lake. I was looking for something, and I found it. So I quietly slipped the boat back in the rental shop dock. But just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. I looked out over the lake, but I didn't see a boat. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home. Well, that doesn't match up with everyone else's testimonies at all. What's wrong, Nick? Larry, I have no idea what he's going to say if I press him. I'm a little scared. Well, we've come this far. There's no way to go but forward, Nick. There were so many things wrong, I don't know where to begin. Well, okay, first of all, what time was it? Well, it was after 11 o'clock when I went out on the boat. By that time, everyone had gone home for the night, so I waited until the coast was clear, so to speak. And why were you out of a boat at such a late hour? Looking for something? Yeah. But what was it you were looking for? What the witness was searching for is irrelevant. Most likely he was hunting for this Gordy. That's surprisingly close to the truth in a sense. This is all irrelevant. Let's get it over with. He's actually not wrong. I mean, it is relevant kind of like to establish things, but it actually doesn't have much to do with the murder. Around what time was that? Well, let's see. I figure I was out searching for about an hour. I guess it was around 12 o'clock, yeah. You're not sure? Hey, don't give me that face. I'm not some sort of human sundial, okay? People use watches these days, Larry. Yeah, but who would be looking at their watch when they heard a gunshot? Then, just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. Where did the sound come from? Yeah, well, I wasn't too sure about that. I looked around, you know. Did you look at the lake? Yeah, I looked. Wasn't there a boat on the lake? Order. Well, Mr. Butts? Oh, whoa. Everybody just calm down, okay? I mean, it was real foggy that night. I'm not sure whether there was a boat out there or not. Oh, okay, no problem. That's just the most important part of this case. But it actually is kind of important because if Larry's telling the truth, he was in the same area as the boat shop guy, so one of them's lying. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home. So you only heard one bang, correct? Yeah. Huh. Well, Nick? It's a pretty wishy-washy testimony, wasn't it? I guess I should start working on the contradictions. Sorry, I wish I could be more helpful. I wish I could call my sister. Now, granted, it would be way more likely for Larry to be lying here than the boat shop guy, but still. The fact that, he's saying it was too foggy for me to see, and the other guy's saying he could see it.
Objection!
Wait a sec, Larry. What? You only heard one bang, you're sure? That's what I said. But Miss Lotta Hart testified yesterday that she heard 2 bangs. And the old man just now said the same thing. They both heard 2 gunshots that night. Huh? Were you even listening? Were you paying attention at all to what they said? Yo, Nick, please. Huh? You know, something's been bothering me. I'm a witness, see? I'm like a customer here. You gotta treat me nice and stuff, okay? Oh, jeez. Mr. Butts. What? You only heard 1 gunshot? Are you sure? Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure. Oh, boy. Not sure? How could you not be sure? Yeah, well, I might have missed the other gunshot. I was listening to something else. Something else? My radio, dude, with my headphones. What? Order, and stop that booing! Mr. Putz, you were listening to the radio with your headphones? Yeah, so what? That a crime? Listen to my radio. Everyone listens to the radio. What's the big deal? I'm just trying to calm me. You're a pain. Waste of time. I do not accept this witness, nor his shoddy testimony. Well, Mr. Wright, should he continue the testimony? Yep. Your Honor, please allow the witness to continue his testimony. Nothing is more pitiful than a lawyer who doesn't know when he's lost. Very well, Mr. Butts. Please give your testimony and be sure to include details like your radio. Right, leave it to me. I wouldn't if there were any other way out of this, believe me. What Larry heard. It's lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. That's why I was listening to an all-request show on the radio, see? I was listening to it real booming loud like, but I'm sure I heard that gunshot. I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it too. Oh, here we go, time for a meme. You were listening to your radio at a high volume? Yeah, what's the big problem? Can't a man listen to his radio in peace? Isn't this a free country? I truly believe Larry has no idea what the problem here is. Judge, can you believe a word this witness says? What he heard was probably nothing more than a drum beat from the radio. True enough, it is difficult to believe this testimony.
Objection!
Wait, Your Honor. The witness said he remembers exactly what the DJ said when he heard the gunshot. Excuse me? DJ? Announcer, the guy who says things on the radio. Anyway, what this means is when he heard the sound, no music was playing. The DJ only talked between songs, so he could have heard the gunshot from the lake. I'd like to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Wright. Can't believe I'm continuing this charade. So you turned on the radio? Right. I just wanted to hear someone's voice, you know? Aww, that's sad. I don't know what it's like out there alone on Christmas Eve. Alone. Shouldn't have said anything. I feel bad for him. That's why I was listening to him. Do you by any chance remember the name of the program you were listening to? This has nothing to do with the case, Your Honor. Objection sustained. The witness was listening to the radio. That is all we need to know. Yeah. Tell us, Mr. Buzz, how loud was your radio set to that night? Real booming loud? Yeah, you know. And you had headphones on? Yup. I wouldn't think you could hear anything going on outside at all. I'm sure I heard that gunshot. Can you prove that? No, of course you can't. Now, I can't prove it, but I remember that moment real clear. I mean, while I was talking about it, it came back real clear to me, you know? I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it too. Alright, here we go. What did she say? Mr. Wright, please cease these pointless questions. What possible good could knowing what a radio DJ said do to us? Indeed, Mr. Von Karma has a point. I'll allow the question only if you see some reason why we should care. We should care. We should care, Your Honor. Of course we should. Why? Well, how do you know if we don't ask? Fine, very well. Mr. Butts, please testify to the court. What was the radio announcer saying when you heard the gunshot? Just when she said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas," I heard the gunshot. Ho 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 ho.
Objection!
Here we go. Larry, are you absolutely sure what you're saying is correct? Huh? What's with the face? You look scary, dude. Oh, I'll bet he does. Hey, if you're trying to scare me, you better know that I don't scare that easy. Is something the matter, Mr. Wright? Your Honor, did you hear what the witness just said? The DJ said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas," when he heard the gunshot. Indeed, and almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. Do you realize what this means? When he heard the gunshot, it was still Christmas Eve. That would seem to be the case, yes. But that contradicts the two testimonies we have heard so far, Your Honor. Both Miss Hart and the old man said it was after midnight when they heard the shots. In other words, when they heard the gunshots, it was already Christmas. This is a clear contradiction, Your Honor. Dun, 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 dun. Order, order. What does this mean? The two prior witnesses heard gunshots after midnight. However, this witness says he heard a gunshot before midnight. Judge, the answer is simple. The current witness is plainly mistaken. Just look at him. Suspicious. What? Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think about Mr. Buzz's claim he heard the gunshot before midnight? Larry's right. Larry's not mistaken, Your Honor. He heard that gunshot before midnight. Intriguing. I'm assuming you have evidence for this wild claim? Yes, we do. Show me evidence there was a gunshot before midnight. Look at this photograph. This was taken by our witness yesterday, Ms. Lotta Hart, with her automatic camera. The timestamp on the photo reads December 24th, 11:50 p.m. Oh? But there's nothing on the lake in this picture. Your Honor, the real issue here is not why nothing is shown in this photograph. It is why this photograph exists at all. What do you mean? Your Honor, this photograph was taken by an automatic camera. That camera was set to go off in response to loud noises. Aha. Correct. There was a loud noise on the lake at 11:50 p.m. That is why this photograph was taken. In other words, when Larry heard that gunshot, it was most definitely still Christmas Eve. Indeed, it would seem that is the case. Then where does this leave us? Ms. Hart testified that she heard the gunshots after midnight. Are you claiming she was mistaken? Not at all, Your Honor. It is a fact that the camera also triggered at 15 minutes after midnight. Your Honor, that night there were 2 sets of gunshots with a 25-minute pause between them. There, he's got this now. Why would this be? Don't be fooled, Judge. That camera was set to respond to loud noises. Yes? There's no proof that the loud noise at 11:50 was a gunshot. Why the witness could have sneezed, triggering the camera. Hey, my nose was clear that night, man. Clear. Well, Mr. Wright, there's no turning back now. Can you prove that the loud noise at 11:50 was indeed a gunshot? Please show the court evidence if you have any. I think we do. I think this was... Yeah, fired 3 times. This is my evidence. The murder weapon? Something about this pistol was bothering me, Your Honor. Both of the witnesses who testified yesterday heard 2 gunshots. However, the murder weapon was fired 3 times. When, then, was the last shot fired? Only now I have realized the truth. That 3rd shot was the shot Larry heard just before midnight. Order. That makes sense of the evidence we've seen so far. However, this leaves me wondering exactly what did happen that night on the lake. Exactly. If this is true, there are 2 sets of gunshots separated by 25 minutes. One at 11:50, another 15 minutes after midnight. Why, I ask you, why? I better think of something quick. Wait a second. Gunshots separated by 25 minutes? Ah! What's wrong, Nick? I have it! Huh? Remember the case with the Steel Samurai? Huh? Yeah, of course I remember. The murderer in this case had the same idea as the murderer in that case. What do you mean? Maya? Yes? If we don't figure this out now, we'll never return Edgeworth's guilty verdict. I've got a hunch, and I'm going to run with it. Right, I mean, is this safe? Safe? We've already gotten a guilty verdict. We have nothing to lose. You just watch and let me know if I say anything that sounds fishy, okay? Right, Nick? Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright? The testimony just now has cleared up this entire case. Sure has. What do you mean, Mr. Wright? Tisk. So you finally realized the truth. There can be no other murderer here than Miles Edgeworth himself. Oh, en contraire, sir. He's the only one who hasn't done it. Wrong, Von Karma. A man was shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting. Listen, rookie. Take a deep breath and consider the facts. At the time of the murder, one boat was on that lake. This was shown by the witness's photograph. The defendant, Edgeworth, and the victim, Robert Hammond, were on that boat. There was a gunshot fired on that boat and Robert Hammond fell into the lake. The distance of the shooting was 1 meter. It couldn't have been suicide. Well, the guilty party has to be the other man on that boat. I mean, it's hard to imagine any other possibility. Oh, let's imagine. Yes, but this assumes the victim was shot at 15 minutes after midnight. What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? We have photographic evidence of the time of the shooting. The timestamp on the photo says 15 minutes, 12:15. But Larry heard a gunshot 25 minutes before that. Robert Hammond was killed then, 25 minutes before the shot on the lake. That's the only way that Edgeworth could be innocent. Mr. Wright, are you quite mad? Explain who the two men on the boat are. Edgeworth and the murderer. Of course, it was Edgeworth and the murderer. After the murderer killed Robert Hammond at 11:50, he assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth. What? Are you serious? Yes, Edgeworth won't tell us why he went to the lake that night. However, I have a hunch. That night, Robert Hammond called Edgeworth to the lake. Now, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Robert Hammond's place. I'm not sure what to make of all this. Ludicrous. Mr. Wright, tell us the name of the murderer then. The murderer's name? Right, it's... we don't know. Actually, I don't know the murderer's name. You don't know? Bah. Can you waste my time? I don't know because he never told us. The murderer is the caretaker of the boat shop, that old man. At 11:50, he was the one who killed Robert Hammond. Caretaker of the boat shop? Where did he do this? There weren't any boats on the lake then. Why would he have to go all the way out on the lake just to shoot someone? May I suggest that the real scene of the crime was not on a boat? What? Well, then where did the murder take place? Show the judge where the murder really took place.
Take that!
Here, of course, the boat shop where he lives. That way he can meet with the victim without anyone seeing. Call Larry's testimony, if you will. That night he was out on the lake in a boat searching for something. He finds it and returns to the boat. Then, just as he's starting to head for home, he hears a gunshot. He heard a gunshot, Your Honor, even though he was wearing headphones at the time. In other words, the gunshot was very, very close by. And where would that be if he had just returned the boat? The boat shop. Mr. Wright, what happened that night on Gourd Lake? Please tell the court from the beginning. Yes, Your Honor. Nick, are you sure about this? Not really. But I think if I start at the very beginning, which is a very good place to start, and I take it slow, I might just be able to figure this out. I like that the testimony music's playing now. That night, the caretaker of the boat shop called Robert Hammond to his shop. Oh, that's a scary picture. This was around 11:50. That was when the gunshot that Larry heard was fired. After that, the caretaker put on Robert Hammond's coat. He became Robert Hammond. Then he got in the boat with Edgeworth and went out into the middle of the lake. Then who fired the pistol on the boat, Mr. Wright? Of course, it was the murderer who shot the pistol. He shot twice. Both missed Edgeworth on purpose. Wait a minute. Yes? Why would he shoot twice if he didn't mean to hit anyone? Details. Know this, Mr. Wright. The moment you run out of explanations is the moment you lose. Tell us why the murderer had to fire twice to create a witness. I believe he shot twice to create a witness, Your Honor. Create a witness? The murderer lifts his pistol and fires one shot. That ensures that anyone who heard the shot would look at the lake. Indeed, Ms. Hart did exactly that after hearing the first gunshot. Next, the murderer waits a bit and he fires again. Then, the murderer jumps from the boat himself, leaving the pistol in the boat behind him. I see. To someone looking from the edge of the lake, it would appear that one of the men on the boat had shot the other. The murderer didn't know about the automatic camera, of course. That's why he shot twice to draw attention to the boat. Once you realize that, everything else falls into place. The boat shop caretaker swam back to his shop. Then he put Mr. Hammond's wet coat back on the body and threw the body into the lake. This is what happened, Your Honor. These are the events that transpired that night on Gourd Lake. Get him, Phoenix. Bailiff, bring out the witness from before. Boat shop caretaker, quickly! Very well, while we are waiting for the caretaker, I would like to ask the defendant Miles Edgeworth a few questions. Mr. Edgeworth, please take the stand. Hi, Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth, you heard what the defense has said. Yes. Well, why did you go to the lake that night? What Wright has said was mostly correct. Astonishingly so, actually. Yes. Several days ago, I received a letter. The letter was signed Robert Hammond. He asked me to come to the boat shop by the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve. He said he had something very important to discuss with me. Something important? I'm sorry, I can't say what it was. Your Honor, sir! Bailiff, we are conducting a trial here. I ask that you remain quiet. The witness has disappeared. He isn't at the boat shop either. Dun dun dun! What should I do? Find him quickly. We cannot allow him to get away. Boy, Mr. Caretaker, sir, you've just made yourself look very suspicious. Mr. Montgomery, your witness has disappeared. A search warrant has already been issued. It goes without saying that I cannot declare a verdict under these circumstances. I will extend the trial until tomorrow, the final day allowed. I request that the police department utilize all its forces to find that witness. Am I understood? One more thing. Just who is that boat shop caretaker? I think his identity has become very important to this trial. I want him, and I want to know who he is. Get him, Judge. Very well, court is adjourned. Yay, look, you did it! I love when the judge actually gets serious and he's like, yeah, no messing around. We're doing this. That was something else. Which was a beautiful thing. I always love it when, like, the witness is giving the prosecutor a hard time. They're always acting so cool around Phoenix, and then the witness just keeps messing with them. I wish our cases weren't so down to the wire all the time. It is the Ace Attorney way. Mr. Edgeworth? Did you say something? Don't look so pained. I think it's his natural look. I'm sorry, but I fear it's not over for me yet. Aww. Everyone give him a hug. Alright, There's something that's been troubling me for a long time now, and I don't know whether or not to tell you. Edgeworth? No, there's so little time left. I want to tell you to get it off my chest, but... I can't make up my mind. We kinda need to know, buddy. What is this about, Edgeworth? It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed. Crime you committed? A memory of a murder. Uh-oh. Dun dun dun! What indeed? Interesting that they play the jail music here. Do you really think Mr. Edgeworth killed? I don't believe it, not Edgeworth. Some painful memory has been troubling him recently, but he never takes someone's life, never. Larry! Yeah. Oh, stop being creepy, Larry. Made my heart skip a beat or two. Power your hero. He sure is suspicious. Yeah, I like when Larry's not a complete idiot. Yeah, this is a guy sitting in the audience, you know? Before I was sitting, Edgy seemed pretty edgy. I mean, can you really know what he's telling the truth about that night? You don't believe him? I don't know, but what I do know is I'm going to believe in you two until the end. Us two? Edgeworth and who else? You mean me, right? Yeah, he means me, right, Nick? Yeah, you, Larry. Not me? Aww. But why you, Larry? Actually, yeah, why me, Nick? Up with the silent treatment. He was kind of a jerk. You didn't know him back then. Back when he wanted to become a defense attorney. Wait. Was that when you two were classmates? Yes, in grade school. They saved me, Miles and Larry. They saved me and I'll never forget it. That's why I became a defense attorney, you know. What? Hey, Larry, what's he talking about? Huh? Sorry, I kind of forgot. Okay, Nick, out with it. I'm going to hear this story today, and that's final. Okay. It's kind of a long story, so hang in there. This is the very end of 3rd grade. I was on trial, a class trial. Class trial? You remember, Larry, spring, end of 3rd grade? The kid in our class got his lunch money stolen. Lunch money? Our school was really small. Every month, kids would bring in an envelope with money for lunch from home. Huh, I see. Anyway, this kid's envelope disappeared with $38 still inside. Oh, yeah, now that you mention it, I do remember that. I can see why you'd forget, though. You were out of school that day. Anyway, the envelope had been stolen during PE class. I was coming down with a cold, so I'd skip PE that day. I was the only one not in class. So they thought you did it. Yeah, the kids in class said I should be put on trial. Trial? So the next day we held a classroom trial with me as the defendant. Oh, I didn't do it. Guilty, he did it! Guilty, it was you! Thief! Give the money back! You're such a meanie! No one play with him! Oh! That's horrible. Not the library committee! Now, Phoenix, you know you shouldn't steal people's money. It's not right. Yeah, and even the teacher thought I'd done it. Go over and apologize, Phoenix. Oh, that's horrible. I didn't know what was happening. I was so sad I couldn't stop crying. Oh. Everyone was staring at me like I'd done it. I tried to apologize. I went to where the boy whose money had been stolen was sitting. That's when it happened. Objection! He shouldn't have to apologize. The only thing that belongs in a trial is evidence. Anything else has no place. You should all be ashamed. Amateurs! Yay! Miles? Yay! Little Miles! Wasn't you who stole my money, was it? No. Then you shouldn't apologize. Everyone's been shouting you did it, but no one has any proof. That is why, Your Honor, this boy is innocent. But Miles, it was your money that was stolen. Yeah, he did it. He's the one. We don't need proof. Make him say he's sorry. Why don't you all just shut up? Little Larry. This is how it always is. Everyone ganging up and picking on one person. Just think how he feels. He said he didn't do it, so he didn't do it. Very well. I will replace the money myself. This class trial is over. That's how it happened. After that, the three of us were the best of friends. Wow, I had no idea. Yeah, I had no idea either. I mean, I forgot. That's when I learned what it meant to be alone. Totally alone without a friend in the world. You did a good thing, Larry. Yeah, well, I was just lucky that I took the day off from school. If I'd been there, they would have thought I'd done it. So I took it kind of personally, see? Something smells, it's usually the butts. Anyway, Edgeworth and I talked after that class trial. That's when I heard his father was a defense attorney. I remember his eyes would shine when he talked about his father. Aww. I'm going to become a defense attorney just like my father. Aww. A famous defense attorney. A few months later, he suddenly transferred to another school. The DL6 incident. Right, I'm not sure, but the transfer probably had to do with his father's death. That's so sad. It was several years later when I heard Edgeworth's name again. Now, that's a little interesting because the way the anime does it was kind of what, I guess, because I forget details when I'm playing this game, but the way the anime does it is that his father died and then he just didn't come back to school. But, which kind of makes sense to me. I just kind of assumed that was what happened, but the way Phoenix describes it, it doesn't, he says, like, I guess that was the reason why he didn't, like, he got transferred. It sounds like he did come back for a little bit. And he probably got transferred after he was adopted. Headline was something like Dark Suspicions of a Demon Attorney. Fabricating evidence, manipulating testimonies, covering up facts. The Oracle said he'd do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. But why? What happened? I mean, that's not the Edgy I used to know at all. That's what I thought, too. I tried to get in touch with him, I don't know how many times. He never replied. I guess he didn't want to see his old friends. I couldn't just drop it, though. I wanted to meet him to learn why he had become who he became. That's why I decided. Wait, you don't mean... That's why? That's why he became a defense attorney to meet Edgeworth? Among other things. If I was a defense attorney, I knew he'd have to meet me whether he wanted to or not. In court. Edgeworth believed in me, and I believe in him. He's in pain, and no one's on his side. I'm the only one who knows the real Edgeworth. I'm the only one who can help him. Whoa, Nick. So is that why you helped me out for free? Yes, I helped you because I believed in you. Except I don't remember saying I'd do it for free. Aw, Nick. Alright, group hug, everybody. Yay! Save Mr. Edgeworth! Who or what he is. Yep, I'd settle for who. I guess I can clean out some of the evidence I no longer need. Ooh, I forgot that was a thing too. Like like I remember them clearing out evidence like in the sequel trilogy, but I forgot that was a thing in the original trilogy sometimes too. All right, let's go to Gore Lake. Hey pal, long time no see. It's Detective Gumshoe! Yeah. Oh, we kinda do. Good job, Detective Gumshoe. Sure is. Now, one other thing. Eek. No one's going to the woods today. Woods? Well, Lotta was camping. The woods are off limits to camping, and apparently the park ranger found out. Oh boy. He got pretty mad. No one can go in for a while. Lotta is in a lot of trouble. Eyesore is missing. Eyesore? Well, yeah, Larry's not there. Oh, caretaker got away. Yep. I never imagined he might be the real murderer. Ahem. Clearing of the throat anywhere. It's you! Sure. I think I'll come back to my office at once and maybe I'll offer you some assistance. Thanks, bye. News. Poor Polly. Let's talk to Polly first. What kind of food are they gonna say this is? Never mind. The only thing in here is the letter. Letter? Oh, boring. There's no name or signature on this thing. It's handwritten in very precise, clear letters. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. It also says this is your last chance. Now is the time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life. The rest of the letter goes on to describe the murder plot in detail. How to kill Robert Hammond and frame Edgeworth. Calling Edgeworth out to the lake, getting on the boat, firing twice. This is exactly what I figured out today in court. It's all here in perfect detail. What do you think it means, Nick? I don't know, but it looks like these are instructions for that caretaker. When he killed Robert Hammond and called out Edgeworth, he was following instructions. Who could have written that letter? And what does it mean to get revenge on Miles Edgeworth? Look, I don't know, okay? But one thing's for certain. This letter is an amazing clue. Well, and you would never, I know you would never, ever show it to the real murderer, right? Right, Phoenix? You would never do that, right? You would never show that letter to the person who wrote it, because then they would just take it from you, right? Day left, Nick. Yeah, I know. No time to waste, let's get going. Out again. Now, don't be harsh. Guess we'll have to come back later. Alright, I guess we should probably talk to Edgeworth then. Hi, Edgeworth. You look as grim as always. Last trial? What do you mean? You don't remember? Oh, alright, yes, I seem to remember something like that. Well, probably only really mattered to me anyway. I like that he acknowledges that, like, yeah, his friends don't remember helping him, but that's okay because it was a different experience for them. Ridiculous. Gee, thanks. That's sad. It does sound like the kind of thing you do. Maybe, yeah, but I think you changed too much, Edgeworth. Perhaps. Aww. But why did you come across here anyway? You used to look up to your dad. You said you wanted to be a defense attorney, right? I couldn't let myself deny reality like you. What do you mean? My father was taken from me, and you want me to defend criminals? Sorry, right, but I'm not that good of a person. Well, the suspect was apprehended in your father's murder, right? Yes, the man trapped in the elevator with my father. His name was Yanni Yogi. He had to be the shooter, any way you look at it. Yet he was found innocent. That defense attorney got him off the hook. That'd be Robert Hammond. On that day, 15 years ago, 3 of us were trapped in that elevator for 5 hours. When we were rescued, we all suffered oxygen deprivation. I had lost all memory of the murder. Lost your memory? Even now, I can't recall what happened in that elevator. That was the crux of Yogi's attorney's argument in court. He claimed Jani Yogi had not been of sound mind due to the oxygen deprivation. Yogi was released due to a lack of evidence. Innocent. That's when I changed my mind. I started to hate defense attorneys. What's your relationship with Thought Karma? He's my teacher and a man who deserves respect. Whew, I learned everything I know of courtroom techniques from him. He's like my sister was to you, Nick. He is a perfectionist in all things. In court, in his personal life, he is obsessed with doing everything perfectly. Perfectly, huh? In all the cases he has taken on, none were left unsolved. And not one suspect was declared innocent, ever. That's... I know. It's possible some of the suspects were indeed innocent. However, it is impossible for us to accurately determine that in every case. All Von Karma does is his job to find the suspect guilty perfectly. In any case, it's nigh well impossible to find a weakness in him. Should a weakness appear, he would do everything in his power to make it go away. Edgeworth? If what we were saying is true, you're headed for a guilty sentence tomorrow. That's right! No, there's no time to praise the enemy, Edgeworth! It's a strange situation in which I find myself, I'll admit. No kidding. Apparently we can show this to him and we'll get yelled at. Nick, no! That's a photo of his father, don't show him that! You're right. Now probably isn't a good time to dredge up those memories. What is it? Nothing. Huh? It's that case that changed my life. Tomorrow, December 28th, its statutes of limitations runs out. Tomorrow, could that be a coincidence? It is not. Even if the case is finally closed on paper, it will never be erased from my memory. Never. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. Edgeworth, see this letter? This came out of the safe in the shack where that boat rental caretaker lives. Oh, now I see why we couldn't talk to Grossberg, because we have to talk to Edgeworth first. Because he needs to see the letter. Revenge on me? Who is that old guy anyway? I don't know. Being an innocent defendant, you got declared guilty or something? Nice, right. But I don't remember that old man. Not at all. Following this letter, then. Means there was someone else behind it. Now is the time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life. Two men, meaning myself and Robert Hammond? Also says this is your last chance. Last chance? Wait, maybe. Maybe he's talking about the statute of limitations on the DL6 incident. Wait, that old man. What is it? Do you know who he is? Yogi. Could he be Yogi? Yogi? Suspect in the DL6 incident. The one who was found innocent. Jani Yogi was a court bailiff at the time. We just happened to be in that elevator together 15 years ago. Quake was incredibly strong. Before I knew it, everything was dark. We were there for so long it felt like forever. The air thinned and the darkness closed in on us in that little box. I became unsettled. I'll say. into a hospital and then he had to find out his father was dead. Court, Yana Yogi's mental condition was called into question. They claimed oxygen deprivation and stressing to cause temporary insanity. In the end, the claim passed in court and Yogi was found innocent. But isn't that strange? This letter tells him to get revenge on Edgeworth, so why would he want to take revenge on you? Right. Oh boy. There's something that's been troubling me these last few days. I didn't know whether I should tell you. The nightmare. Here we go. Time has come to tell all. Alright, let's see about the nightmare. For the last 15 years, I've had almost the same dream almost every night. I wake up in a fearful sweat every time. What kind of dream? It's a dream about my father's killing in the dark. Pistol lying by my feet. I don't know if it was evidence from that day in court or the bailiffs. In days I pick up the pistol. Which would be extremely uncool because he was 9 and it was his father. Like, Yogi, it's a 9-year-old kid. I mean, he's not 9 anymore, but like, you want revenge because a child who was also oxygen deprived didn't confess to murdering his father. It wasn't even murder, it was an accident. To Dr. Grossberg. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I am going to pause here and I am going to come back in 10 minutes after I've taken my break. Thank you to everyone who's watched my stream tonight. I hope you're enjoying it, and I'll be right back. Alright, I am back. Let's see if Grossberg will talk to us now. Yay! Mr. Grossberg. You look troubled. No kidding, I can't believe you're not. Yeah, you... Now. Wonder. Again, Yogi, you are going after a traumatized child. Well, he's not a child anymore, but still. He was defense attorney without peer. Sounds trite, but it's true. Well, he may have had one peer now that I think about it. Your mentor, Mio Fey. Gregory Edgeworth was very disapproving of Mr. Von Karma's techniques. That's no surprise. Von Karma is an extreme man. Forged testimonies and evidence are nothing to him. The result, he has a perfect win record in court. To beat him, Gregory Edgeworth tried to call attention to his methods. Then, he lost, and died in despair, as it were. Let's see. When Gregory Edgeworth was killed, the police called on a spirit medium. That was your mother, Misty Fey. I am Gregory Edgeworth. I have been killed. The one who shot me was the bailiff, Yanni Yogi. Yet Yogi was found innocent. That's why my mother left us. Everyone called her a fraud. That's right, everyone thought she was, you see. Although, see, that doesn't seem fair because, granted, we do find out later that there was no way Gregory could have known who actually killed him. But even so, with the evidence that they had about what happened, it should have been obvious that there was no way. Well, I guess not too obvious, but because Gregory Edgeworth was dead, so there is reason to believe that he could have seen his killer, and then Miles and Yanni were just deprived of oxygen. But it should have. I feel like, given the circumstances, everyone should have realized that Gregory might not have was just guessing who killed him because he was oxygen deprived just like everyone else. Now that I think about it, it seems the one who lied was Gregory Edgeworth's ghost. Yeah, Gregory Edgeworth must have known who shot him. I don't believe it. So you're saying he falsified his testimony? That Edgeworth's dad lied to protect his son? And that's another question. Is that what he thinks? Did Gregory think his son did kill him? It's only a possibility, mind you. But a possibility nonetheless, yeah. Now let's present the letter. Oh ho, so this is the letter. It does seem that Yogi was following this letter when he killed Hammond. Why kill Robert Hammond? Hammond was a skilled defense attorney. But he defended clients not for their sake, but for his own. His own sake? He never trusted his clients, that one. The only thing he trusted was his own ability. But he got his client found innocent, so why should it matter? Actually, my dear, it's quite different. He won that innocent verdict for no one but himself. Yogi was a free man, but socially he was ruined. Huh? You'll understand soon enough. Wait. What is it? This letter. I've seen this handwriting somewhere before, a long time ago. Whose handwriting was this? Do you have any idea who wrote this? Yep. Could it be Manfred von Karma? Von Karma? Why would he have something to do with this? Well, I'm not sure. Von Karma. Von Karma. Wait, you're right, my boy. This is Von Karma's handwriting, I'm sure of it. I used to see it all the time on court reports. What? But that means what he told Mr. Yogi to kill was correct. Manfred von Karma himself. What does this mean then? Why would Von Karma want to frame Edgeworth? If it truly was Von Karma who wrote this letter, then he would know the truth. He would know that Miles Edgeworth had accidentally killed his own father. He'll say as much tomorrow in court, I should think. He'll present the point until the court finds Miles Edgeworth guilty. Oh no. How could Von Karma know about Edgeworth's past like that? Even Mr. Edgeworth thought it was just a nightmare. That I do not know. Yet I do know that Von Karma is both persistent and a perfectionist. He may be seeking to satisfy a grudge against Gregory Edgeworth by hurting his son. What do you mean? It was 15 years ago. Von Karma met Gregory Edgeworth in court, and Von Karma did win, but he didn't make it through the trial unscarred. What happened in the trial between Edgeworth's dad and Von Karma? Von Karma got the guilty verdict he wanted. He won the trial. But Gregory Edgeworth accused Von Karma of faulty evidence. And though he lost the trial, Mr. Edgeworth's accusations stood. Faulty evidence? It was the only penalty Von Karma has ever received in his career as a prosecutor. Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record. Wow. It must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see. A vacation? Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and the last vacation he's taken in his many years of prosecuting. Really? He doesn't take vacations? That's unhealthy, dude. Like, go to the sea or to the mountains? Don't tell me he's never been to Europe. You have strange ideas about... No, she doesn't! Those are perfectly valid ideas for vacations. Phoenix, what are your ideas of vacations? It's the only time you took a vacation from work. Phoenix, do you just do staycations? I mean, there's no shame in that. I love a good staycation, but like, buddy, I'm concerned. Why would we take such a long vacation? What do we do, Nick? Von Karma's going to bring up DL6, you can bet on it. What if Mr. Edgeworth pleads guilty to DL6? I won't let him. Yeah, Sister Ray, I hate to say this, but even accidental murder... No, it's not! It is not murder! I do not know that. I do not concede to that. I just believe in Edgeworth's innocence. I can't believe he killed someone. It if you kill someone by accident, it's not murder. That's manslaughter at worst. Murder is deliberately trying to kill someone. It can be like a spur of the moment murder, but the point is that you want the person dead. Throwing a gun at someone and then throwing a gun at person A to save person B and accidentally shooting person B is not murder. I love Maya's theme, it's so cheerful. He is. Oh. Yeah, I'm sure this will be fine. As always. I get the DL6 stuff. Oh. Oh. Eek! Oh, Karma! You. How do you know my name? Oh my goodness. Blech. Yes, sir. Ahem, I beg your pardon. You see, I rarely remember defense attorneys. They're like bugs to me, needless things to be crushed. You liar. I can see how this guy was Edgeworth's mentor. I'm sure you remember. So you did. But what I don't get is why did you take this time under your wing afterwards? So this is interesting too. I've seen this thrown around the fandom a bit. Like, Francisca does end up calling Edgeworth her little brother, but this game doesn't actually confirm that Von Karma adopted Edgeworth. It just says he took him under his wing, and that he was like what Mia was to Phoenix. You know who we are. Quite the researcher. If you've done your homework so well, then certainly you must understand. You know what Miles Edgeworth will tell the court tomorrow. We were right. So Von Karma is going to bring up DL6 in court tomorrow. I can't believe we have to do this. I hate that we have to do this, but let's do this! Mr. Von Karma, have a look at this incriminating evidence against you, which your peers would swear is in your handwriting. This was you, wasn't it? You instructed Yana Yogi to commit murder. Yana Yogi? How many years in business I've heard him called by that name? He's a fool. I told him to burn it after he read it. So you admit it? Well, yeah, it's not like they're in a court of law. You wrote Mr. Yogi this letter. Yes, my dear defense attorney. Thank you for taking the trouble to bring it to me. No! You've saved me from a lot of needless hassle. Ah! What? Yeah, Phoenix, you... Nick, what is that thing? Oh no. A stun gun. For self-defense, usually. I mean, if you want to get really technical about it, he is defending himself right now. Indeed. 600,000 volts will course through your body like a dog touching an electric fence. 600,000? Oh, don't worry. People don't die from it, usually. Now give me the letter. No! No! Well, what are you? Nick, run! Ah! Oh, Maya. Maya! Out of my way. Ah! He got us. The letter's gone, of course. He took the DL6 evidence, all of it. Back to having no clues. Wait, Maya jumped first. Maya, is she okay? Oh, Maya. Letter, did he take it? Oh yeah, are you okay? Oh, couldn't stop him. I jumped as fast as I could, but one shot from that thing knocked me out cold. I'm useless. I'm no good as a lawyer or as a medium. I can't even call my sister. Not even now when we need her the most. I wish I hadn't woken up at all. Oh, Maya! Maya! Must be some way I can help her. Better do something about her self-confidence first. DL6, evidence number 7, taken from the hard Gregory Edgeworth. I remember, Von Karma was holding this when Maya jumped him. I'll prove it to you, Maya. You're most definitely not useless. Yes. That's it, Judgment Day. See, things are going to get settled at last. A lot of things. Alright. A little under an hour. Let's see if I can finish this case. What's the big idea? That was a terrible Donald impression. Aww. I think Von Karma will push Edgeworth too hard. What are you doing? Aw. Sorry, I'm sorry. I just thought I'd cheer you up with a pat on the back. Aww. Oh, pal! Are you ready, Von Karma? Are you? I think he's awed and just silenced by just how smooth this is going so far. I'm really sorry about just leaving yesterday like I did, but I wasn't running away or nothing. I went to buy some proof of Polly, see? I figure I got nothing to do with this incident anyhow. I mean, I need one of those motive things, right? And I don't got one. So my testimony yesterday stands as is. Now I'm kind of curious, like, because they did technically dismiss him the previous day, like, can witnesses just leave if they've been dismissed? I feel like that wouldn't make, I feel like they wouldn't make a lot of sense in case something like what happened turned up where, like, we need you to testify again. Yeah.
Objection.
Oh, here we go. I guess not yet. May I say something, Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? You've been saying the same thing now over and over. You've been calling the witness's memory of the past or lack thereof into question. But does this really have anything to do with the current case? It most certainly does. Yanni Yogi. Can you imagine if it was Gregory Wedgeworth? That would be an insane plot twist. And not too insane for Ace Attorney. You do know things, Judge. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Jumping to conclusions again, Mr. Wright. As the man, this witness is Yanni Yogi. Fascinating. However, how do you propose to prove this to the court? Tisk, tisk, tisk. Oh boy. I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright. Oh dear. The witness has no fingerprints. What? Yeah, you see, before I worked as a caretaker, I worked at a chemical plant. I burned my fingers working with the stuff. Yep. What? Oh, you sneak. You burned your fingerprints off to hide your past. No! Seems the case has been decided. No. No! I know what happened. I know everything. I just can't prove it. No, I can't let it end like this. I can't lose. Has to be another way. There is no one who can testify as to this witness is. No one. What can we do? Perhaps you'd like to cross-examine his parent for a little comic relief. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, very funny. You're a sore winner, Rock Armor. Wait a second. Cross-examine his parent? What is it, Nick? No, you're not going to. Your Honor. The defense would like to take Mr. Von Karma up on his proposal. Take Mr. Von Karma up on my proposal? Exactly, Your Honor. I would like to cross-examine the witness's pet parrot. Yay! Your Order. Well, what do you think, Mr. Von Karma? Need you even ask? This is a farce. I object. Wait a second. You were the one who suggested I cross-examine the parrot, Von Karma. I have a right to do as you suggested. Well, if you're so desperate, then please, be my guest. Of course, should you go through with this, and nothing comes of it, I hope you're ready for the consequences. Nick, this is crazy! Well, still want to go through with your little game? Yes, I'm doing it! Let the parrot take the stand! I will cross-examine her, Your Honor! This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Karma's rigged every person's testimony, every piece of evidence. Except the parrot. She's my last chance. Bailiff, bring in the parrot! Aw, Polly. Babe! This has ignored me. Must hurt to be ignored by a bird. Oh, witness. Who is Your Honor? Please testify for us. Right. I don't know. What do we do, Maya? Witness, you can't just say hello and expect us to get anywhere. I want you to testify. My doctor. That's not what you're supposed to say. Oh boy. Kyle's fiance Polly Jenkins committed suicide.
Take that!
Objection. Objection.
A mere coincidence, that's all. My granddaughter has a dog she calls Phoenix. Well, Mr. Phoenix writes, does this make you my granddaughter's fiance? She's only 7 years old. Imagine having Manfred von Karma as a grandfather. A little weak for evidence in a murder trial. We would need some other corroborating evidence. Where am I going to find that? Nick, we're getting closer. One more. We can just get one more piece of evidence. Right, but what? Oh, we're missing moves. Continue.
Hold it!
Oh, 28, 12, 28. My, what a reckless parent. Actually, it does. Yeah, what page is it on? Yeah, okay, case summary, that's what I thought.
Take that!
Today's date, 15 years ago. And the number on that safe is 1228. He used the day of the DL6 incident as the number for his safe, Your Honor. That's how important that date was to him. I see, it certainly is an interesting coincidence. People often do set their secret numbers to dates.
Objection.
Bah, this is not tangible proof. I set my ATM card's number to 0001 because I'm number one. This has nothing to do with the date. Nothing. That's enough. I think we've reached a conclusion here. It was a mere coincidence, that's all. True, that is a possibility. However, two coincidences at the same time seem more like a pattern to me. What are you saying? Summon the caretaker of the boat shop. Immediately. Doot. Witness, tell us your name. Wait, this witness, he doesn't remember. No, it's okay. Oh, I love this part. He is one of my favorite of the killers. I've accomplished what I wanted to do. I'm done. Nick, he looks totally different. This is the real Yogi, I think, finally. He's been acting feeble to hide his true identity, yep. Acting for 15 years. I don't tend to think a lot about the killers that aren't like the final boss, so to speak. But Yanni Yogi is definitely one of my favorite. Like, he's technically like I don't consider him like the villain of this game because that's Manfred von Karma. He set this whole thing up. But he's up there. Like, he's my favorite final villain. Or one of my favorites. D-Mask has another one. This game has two really good not final boss killers. Well, I don't know where you would put Damon Gant. He's a good one too. I kind of treat Rise from the Ashes almost like a DLC case. Like, this is the final case in my mind because everything else in the first game builds up to this case. And Rise from the Ashes is more like an epilogue. Detail. It was a plan for me to take my revenge on the people who ruined my life. I didn't care who had done it. I thought this was my chance after 15 years. This was it. Finally, a chance to have my revenge on Robert Hammond and Miles Edgeworth. I have no regrets. Wait a moment. Revenge against Miles Edgeworth? What do you mean? I'm not at liberty to speak on that matter. Why don't you ask Mr. Edgeworth yourself? Anyway, I admit it. I was the one who killed Robert Hammond. Harma, where's Mr. Yogi? Under arrest, Your Honor. I saw no room for error in his confession. And the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, is innocent, in this case at least. Oh. Very well. Will the defendant please take the stand? Yay! We win! There are a few mysteries left unsolved. Still, you are clear of suspicion for this particular case. So I would like to pass judgment on the murder of Mr. Robert Hammond. Yay! Any objections? Don't you do it, Edgeworth. I don't believe it. Why isn't Von Karma saying anything? Because he knows he's just lost the battle. He has not yet lost the war. Yay! Are we doing good? This court is adjourned. Yay! No! Edgeworth! Wait, but that means no. Edgeworth! Your Honor, I object to your judgment. Edgeworth, no! I'm not innocent at all. Edgeworth! As we have heard, Yana Yogi killed Robert Hammond in revenge. But revenge for what? Nick! Edgeworth is trying to confess. He's going to say he's guilty. He's going to tell him he was the murderer in the DL6 incident. He's going to tell him he killed his own dad. Uh-oh, what do I do? Raise an objection. Argument has already been passed. I object to Edgeworth's outburst. Didn't something like this happen yesterday too? I believe a certain witness raised an objection after a guilty verdict was passed. Oh boy. That would be Larry. We must hear this new statement. We must hear Miles Edgeworth. He is right. Edgeworth, honey, sweetheart. Recurring dream. A nightmare. It's only a nightmare, that's what I told myself. But now I know it wasn't a dream. Yana Yogi wasn't the killer. You mean in the instant where your father died? In the distance of the shot, it wasn't suicide either. Everything was as clear as day. The murderer. Criminal in the DL6 incident. No! It was me! Your Honor, I confess my guilt. I am guilty for DL6, the statute of limitations of which ends today. The culprit is me. Oh no. Yup. I'm not really sure how I should deal with this. Bah. It's obvious. We hold a trial right here, right now. We tried this man for his crime of 15 years ago. I think I would like to take a 5-minute recess. This time I will consider the appropriate course of action to take. Court adjourned. Alright, here we go. Sorry, right? I've just wasted all of your effort. Mr. Edgeworth, I just don't believe it, sir. You killed your dad? I didn't want to believe it myself, Commander, but it's the truth. I deserve to be punished. Murder is murder, no matter what the circumstances. It's not murder. Nick, what are you doing? Huh? Oh. I was just reading the court record once more. I'm getting my case ready. Your case for what? Huh? Isn't it obvious? I'm going to prove that Miles Edgeworth is innocent. Yeah, yay! I almost said no, but I've been saying no a lot, but this is a good thing. Don't believe me, your nightmare. It's just a dream. It's not real. Aww. Has anyone, like, ever said that to him before? Probably not. Unless he told Von Karma about it, because it doesn't sound like he's told anyone. This is the first time someone said to him, like, it was just a nightmare. You have nothing to be afraid of. I want to hug Edgeworth. Pointless. Let the defense do their cross-examining. The statute of limitations on DL6 since it runs out today. Yeah, a mistake? That day I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, then a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. That's all. Okay, I usually press like every statement, but I think this time I'm just going to do the objection. Because I want to get through this. Yes, Your Honor. Unfortunately, you don't.
Objection.
That. Yes. Now, Mr. Von Karma, save your surprise for after you've seen the evidence. Alright, it's that picture.
Take that!
Yeah. Please get a clue.
Take that!
Look at us go. Do. What are you driving at? Oh, thank you, Seashore. You didn't have to do that. And of course it's on a commercial, of course. Thank you for always showing up to my streams. I really appreciate that. It's been a lot of fun doing this with you. You are back now! Yay! So we have just found out that someone else could have been at the scene.
Objection.
A fourth person, if you will. Best meme, joke, comment, running gag I've done. Oh, the torrid romance is in the comments, hands down. Whenever I was stuck on a boss fight, those were glorious. Yeah, what a twist! Not a single clue was found on the scene. The pistol had indeed been fired 2 times. Then the other bullet would have been discovered on the scene. He does have a point. It does too exist. That is the truth of this matter. The whole truth, and nothing but the truth. It had to have been something else that made the bullet-shaped hole in the door, not the bullet itself. I mean, they could have. They absolutely could have. Tisk, tisk, tisk. I praise the judge for his wisdom in this matter. How did this happen? I don't believe the second bullet didn't exist. Was I wrong? Have I been wrong about this whole incident? Have you, Phoenix? Sorry, Maya. What? It looks like I was wrong. No, you are not, Phoenix. You are so evil, Von Karma. So evil. Oh. Yes, let's give Miles a big hug. Yeah, I have a ton of objections. Also, I'm watching Mickey Mouse dance K-pop and it's official? What? What? I need context, please. I have an objection. I always have an objection. I object. I don't know, his case is perfect. Oh, cool. It must exist. The second bullet. What did you just say? Nothing. The second bullet must exist, but where? Someone took it. Seems waiting is not going to produce any answers from Mr. Wright. Wait, Your Honor. The second bullet, it existed. Yay, you're back! Welcome back, Seashore. Just heard proof that it did not exist. I realize that, Your Honor. I'm really grasping here. It's just someone took it from the scene of the crime. That's what happened. But who? The murderer. The murderer? Then tell us, just who is this murderer? I'm still thinking about that one. Huh? First of all, how have they found it? It's not easy to find a straight bullet, Mr. Wright. I had to find it. Of course there was a need. That was why they took it. Well, the reason the murderer took the bullet away from the scene of them is the bullet would be proof, yeah. What are you What? Okay, so... I mean, the murderer had a reason to take the bullet. It just... had to take it. Had to take it? The murderer? What does that mean? You're thinking too normal. Think crazy. Don't think why the bullet was taken. Think why the bullet had to be taken. I have no idea what I'm doing. Had to, Mr. Taken, yes. Well, for instance what? Maybe the bullet hit the murderer? Yes, the murderer is a taken. Just saying, for instance. Come on, Phoenix says, if it hit you, you would have to take it with you, wouldn't you? It's not like you could perform surgery right there, you know? Wait a second. I was just talking off the top of my head, but what if that's really what happened, Phoenix? Get this straight. So at the time of the murderer themselves was shot, and they left with the second bullet still inside of them, thus leaving only one bullet at the scene of the crime? Yes, I guess that's how it would work. Yeah, you guess? The other two people rescued from the elevator, Miles Edgeworth and Anya, you were both unharmed. So that would mean the murderer came from outside, yes. I mean, if it's not Edgeworth and it's not Yoki, that's what it would have to be, Phoenix. My buddy, my guy. Trying to stop him, the boy picks up the pistol at his feet and throws it. The pistol discharges and the bullet... Oh, that's a scary picture. The bullet goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. The boy loses consciousness. Another scary picture. Then the murderer opens the elevator door and sees the man inside. Right, you are truly the most unpredictable defense attorney I've ever known. I can tell you're grasping, yet I cannot deny the possibility of what you're saying. That is like every Phoenix Wright trial in a nutshell. What are you saying? Deny it! Deny it! No one involved with the incident was wounded. There was no murderer. No one was wounded at the time of the incident. He's right. I can't think of anyone. Hey, Nick. Huh? I just thought of something. Really crazy. Crazy? Remember what Mr. Grossberg said yesterday? Oh, Maya, you are so smart. Karma didn't take that vacation because of shock, but took it because he was injured, which would mean, could only mean one thing. He was the murderer in the DL6 incident. He was the man who shot Gregory Edgeworth. It was Von Karma. Yeah, we just realized we're facing a murderer. Say it now. Gee, what? Von Karma! Von Karma! Look at that evil smirk. It's Von Karma. You mean the Von Karma, the prosecutor? The one standing right over there? Bah. Von Karma is taken! No use. Edgeworth? I know Von Karma perhaps too well. He's perfect. He wouldn't leave clues. Probably didn't undergo surgery. That would leave a doctor as a witness. Nobody's that perfect. Maybe the doctor was a Taken too. What does that mean? That bullet has to be somewhere, but where? Tisk, tisk, tisk. Well, Mr. Wright, can you produce evidence to prove that I was shot? Oh, yes, we can! This is the other amazing thing that happens in this case. I know how you like it so much. Metal detector, metal detector, metal detector, metal detector, yay! I'm gonna run this over you and see what we find. You refuse? But refusing this means you acknowledge that the bullet is still inside you? Order, order, order! Submit to the test! Submit to the test! I mean, it technically is, but... Yeah, you're the one that kept bringing that up, buddy. Enough. I permit the use of the metal detector. Mr. Von Karma, you will submit yourself to testing. It means we get to poke him with the stick, with the metal detector. We get to poke him with the beeping stick. Beep, beep, beep. Yeah. Strong Karma? You. It was you! I was afraid this would happen, and so I remained silent. Indeed, there is a bullet in my shoulder. However, it has nothing to do with this incident. What? I was shot in the shoulder long before the DL6 incident. I claim that bullet in my shoulder has no relation to DL6. I know how we can prove it. Prove? I have no obligation to prove anything. It is Mr. Wright who must prove something here. Not I. Mr. Wright, well, can you prove it? Well, yes we can. I love the moment in Ace Attorney games where everything comes together. Me too. It is so much fun. I'm excited to replay the sequel trilogy when that comes out next month. Oh my gosh, it's less than a month till the sequel trilogy comes out. I just realized. Because that's January 25th. Christmas was a month away. So sorry, Mr. Wright. No, I'm the one who's sorry, Mr. Von Karma. What? You were close. One day away from freedom. But you see, I have proof. Oh yes, Apollo will really go through it. Apollo will go through the trials. Literally and figuratively. Okay, one last tour to romance. Here's my final proof. Ha! Oh, Apollo and the planet zombies from RE2. I was gonna say, what about Polly and Taka?
Take that!
A bullet? Where did you get that? We literally got it from you, dude, when you were tasering us. I don't see that one. I mean, granted, that's the point, is they're silly, but... Fingerprints! Fingerprints! It's quite accurate. Bullet fingerprints! That's true. I don't know, it's just not doing it for me. Or Manfred von Karma and the Dark Presence. if he is taken. Or do you, like, specifically want to do something with Apollo? Oh, here we go. Breakdown, breakdown, breakdown! Yay, breakdown! They are made for each other. That scream. I've heard that scream before. Wait, I know. Where have you heard that scream before, Edgeworth? I'm sorry, I'm really not thinking of anything right now for Apollo. Von Karma, it was you who screamed. Yeah, only you would dare defy me. You and your father are my curse! Yay! Breakdown! Breakdown! It might have faded if you'd sought out medical treatment, buddy. Prosecutor, I am sorry. Karma, it's not like you make this kind of error. I never would have thought that Edgeworth would be the one to catch you. Which, that's interesting. It implies that he knew that Von Karma was doing that stuff and was just like... I'm sorry, like, I know normally I look the other way for these things, but Gregory did catch you, buddy, so... Yeah, oh yeah, I guess true. I've covered for you in the past, but not this time. Edgeworth... And for the record, I do know that this comes up in investigations too, and I know the chief prosecutor turns out to be like an awful, awful dude. I just haven't played it yet. Me penalized? It took hours for me to regain my composure. I love what a drama queen Von Karma is. Suddenly I found myself in the darkness. I was in the court records room. I must have wandered in there without thinking where I was going. The room was pitch black. The lights must have gone out. I went out into the hall and felt my way to the elevator. I pressed the button, but nothing happened. He was apparently so upset about his penalty that he didn't even realize there'd been an earthquake and the power was out. open before my eyes. I saw 3 people inside, all lying unconscious from oxygen deprivation. Much to my surprise, a pistol lay at my feet. I knew then it was destiny. No, it wasn't. I like that they use the same animation. Like, it's clearly just because they needed to save, like, memory, but on the game cartridge, but I also like that because it does feel like it's tying the 2 incidents together. He was fooled. It was the perfect crime. Don't be too impressed, dude. You couldn't control that he was unconscious. Who would have thought another man would have come to open that elevator door? Judge! What? What are you doing? Do your job! Bring an end to this miserable charade! Now! End it! Alright, we'll arrest you if that's really what you want. We have come a very long way to the end of this maze. Your Honor, you were innocent. You are innocent. I hit that too fast. As you said, it was all a nightmare. Yes, Your Honor. Yay! This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, not guilty! Hooray! You didn't kill your father! Yay! Or Robert Hammond. But you already knew that one. Now everyone give Edgeworth the biggest group hug ever. I'll bet he did. He's trying so hard. Aww. You're welcome. It's okay, you'll get there. Aww. Pat, pat, pat. Wow. Thank you all very much. You were the witness on the first day of the trial, were you? Hug. Hug. Oh, Larry. Sorry, Larry. Yeah. Yeah, it's not that strange. People give money away to celebrate sometimes. It's $38, right? Huh, what a weird amount. I mean, it's not a little, but it's not a lot either. $38 exactly? Nick! Wasn't that exactly the amount of lunch money that was stolen from Edgeworth in school? $38? No. No! Larry, it was you! What are you so surprised about, right? Huh? Larry was absent that day from school, right? That doesn't automatically rule him out as a suspect. What? Think back to that day 15 years ago. Larry took the day off, but he was bored, so he came into school anyway. Then he saw the money lying there, and the rest is history. I never was good at history. Edgeworth, you didn't know, did you? I suspected. Just couldn't picture Larry protecting you like he did that day. Everyone else was saying you did if the whole class was against you, remember? Yeah, too well. Right, you may not know this, but we used to have a saying back... You may not know this, of course you know it. Yeah. He is an insufferable emotionalist, and that's why we love him. Death! The death sentence for both of you! And thus a million prosecutor AUs were born. Switch right. Picture time, picture time. Aww. But he should have been freed. He is innocent. Oh. To the station! Maya! music is so good. Everyone give Maya a hug now.
Take that!
Aww. 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 Maya. So my story ends. Time to turn a new page. Say goodbye to the novice defense attorney that I once was. A new story begins. Same old crazy cast of characters. Yeah, that's actually something I really liked about the original trilogy, now that we bring that up. I liked that they had the same old crazy cast of characters. They brought them back, and they developed them, and took them to interesting places, and didn't completely start from scratch with every game. I do love the sequel trilogy, though. I have a special... Yay! Woo! Detective Gumshoe! I am very excited about the sequel trilogy. It has a special place in my heart. Alright, well, that's that. It has been fun streaming for Real World of Gaming, but I've reached a point where I'm burnt out. So I need to take a break from it. I don't know if I'm thinking what I'll probably do for the foreseeable future is if the mood strikes me, I'll stream on my personal channel, but I'm not gonna make a regular thing out of it right now because I need a break. It was kind of starting to turn into a chore, okay, every Tuesday night I'm doing this. And streaming should never be a chore. Streaming should be fun. So I may come back to it like Maya, but we'll see. Thank you so much to everyone who watched my stream tonight, especially you, Seashore. Thank you for sticking with me through all this. And yep, see you around. And gotta take this opportunity to promote my fellow streamers on Real Woman of Gaming. Go give them some love too. And yeah, have a good week. Have a very, if you celebrate Christmas, I hope you had a very Merry Christmas, and I hope everyone has a Happy New Year. Alright. Hi, Wendy. Oh, I can't end it here. I can't end it on Wendy Oldbag. No. Although that would actually be kind of funny. Alright. Willpower is okay. He's a nice one to end it on. All right. Have a good night, everybody.